Hi everybody, so today's video is going to be a r/relationship advice video. I'm going to read the title and then go straight into the story. So the title is, my 24 male partner, 23 female, kicked me out of our house and we have a 4-month-old baby together. I'm really just looking for any words of advice, consolation, or even a reality check. I'm so torn up right now. The sadness is eating me alive. We've been together for just over 2 years now. We found out she was pregnant 1 year into our relationship, and after so much back and forth on both parts, we decided to keep the baby. The baby was born 4 months ago, and he is the biggest joy in our lives. I love him with all of my heart, and my partner, and this is in parentheses, ex, does too. And I'm so happy that she is the mother of my child because I love so much about her, from her beauty and likes and dislikes to her imperfections, but most of all, love the way she cares for our child. I work full-time plus in order to pay for rent, groceries, leisure, clothing, etc. for her, the baby, and us. I'm working extremely hard to provide her with the ability to be a stay-at-home mother in one of the most esteemed cities in Southern California. I do this because I've assumed the financial responsibility of parenting my child and seek to give the mother the best possible, stress-free life with the ability to be 100% present and available during such a tender time for the both of them. She had been mentioning how she fell out of love with me and didn't feel as romantically engaged in me as before. I tried suggesting this could be due to hormonal changes after birth while still acknowledging her feelings. The first couple of months after birth, we were consistently sexually active, and she was deeply in love with me, or so I thought. Things started to decline as I came back to work and was less present around the house. I really wanted to try and raise my son with my partner in the same household. We tried therapy. We did a few sessions. That word always messes me up. We did a few sessions over the span of 1.5 months and had some insight into our situation, but no resolution yet. It came to the point where she told me that she was completely out of love with me and done trying, that she appreciated all of the financial support and how good and I am with our child, but that I lack the emotional space for her and the baby, which breaks my heart. She told me that she likes nothing about me and actually despises who I am, and that it was a mistake to have a child with me. She expresses how she is completely romantically detached from me and how she wants to find romance and love again, and that it can't work with me in the picture. She had been consciously keeping my baby away from my parents, his grandparents. They only got to hold him once or twice after the birth. She keeps my baby away from her own mother. She's an elementary school teacher and tutor. Meanwhile, my partner's father is home with her every day, caring for our baby while I am at work, and he is spending the night at our house. Her father is able, retired, lives off of Social Security, but too prideful to work consistent jobs. Therefore, he has no home or rental. He lived out of a cheap motel until they found that I could house him for free. I am grateful of how he is able to be present to help my partner get sleep and look after the baby while I am away working for the family. Both of them know this. Everything hit the fan after I was told that I needed to pay for my partner to have a running car that was up to date with insurance and registration. I have 2 cars and only drive one daily. Her having an automobile is a given to me, and I was not trying to hold back this necessity, but they basically forced me into a situation where I had to sell my work vehicle in order to pay for her car, $2,000 plus, to get back on the road. I didn't see her car as high priority considering her father was living with her and was driving her into town every day, and I picked her and our child up after work daily. I asked if there was any way that I could have some help in this situation, perhaps from her father, and that my work vehicle greatly facilitated my work life. She took this as me not willing to sell my car or me not wanting her to have a working car. She walked out to her father, who came back angry and aggressive, asking me why I always push back to stop getting in the way of everything and do what his daughter says. I simply told him I have no problem in getting her car up and running, and that I misunderstood just how high priority it was considering the situation. He told me I had to grow up and got extremely aggressive towards me. Her seeing her father in this state really triggered her, as she views him in a very good light, and almost whatever he says goes in her mind. I was then kicked out of my house on the premise that she needed 3 nights of space and this relationship wasn't working. It has since been 2 nights. She let me see my son for 30 minutes yesterday. Half of the time he was sleeping. The other half I was trying to spend talking to her. We were in a busy environment and didn't get anywhere. She hears what I have to say but has no feelings or empathy for me. She says we will do 3 more nights, then we'll see. I am now kicked out of my house, living on friends' couches while her and her father are living in the 2-bedroom space with 4 beds that I have paid for nearly 12 months. I can't believe this is my reality, and I'm absolutely devastated that I can't be with my child or sleep under the same roof as them. As a father and protector, this is my biggest nightmare. Somebody please give me insight. And this says, too long didn't read. My girlfriend and mother of my child kicked me out of the house I pay for and is now housing her homeless father there, while I am told I need to find a new place for myself and we can no longer live under the same roof. And so that's the story. It's a lot in that story, but I'm going to read some comments. The first one says, get a lawyer ASAP. Look into what rights you have in your area and get everything you need in order to be in your child's life. Someone responds to that and they say, do not move out. She has the upper hand then. She can't keep the baby from you, and that's their home and yours. If you leave voluntarily, she just gets that space to have. Her dad doesn't seem stable to have around. Write everything down. Start communicating via email. So that was the first comment, which has a lot of comments under it. So I just read one comment under it. So let's go to another completely different comment. Oh, it's a lot of comments under that one. It says, bro, why are you even here? Everyone is explaining to you that you're being a doormat, and your response is, but I like being a doormat. Then continue being a doormat. But don't pretend like you're asking for advice on how not to be one. So that is, and I guess everyone's responding to the first. This is another response. She doesn't want you to go to court because she knows that she won't control you anymore. Ignore her threats. Get yourself situated, your own place, then go to court and seek 50-50 custody. Now your son can visit your own family and she can no longer control. Someone says, what have you left out? This doesn't add up at all. She sounds like something triggered her. You're getting the advice you need and have an excuse for everything. You need to start acting on your terms. This will only get worse because you're allowing yourself to be punching bag. Is there more to this story? So I'm assuming that OP is responding to all these messages, but there are so many messages, so I'm not going to get a chance. If I see his name pop up, then I'll read a message from him. The next comment, it says, what the F even is this nonsense? Most esteemed Southern California cities, 24 female versus 24 male. The F proceeds to tell a story that does not add up in any way, shape, or form for 24-year-olds. 2 cars grifted out of the house. Come on, man. Is anyone really believing this? Truly. Someone said, it's sex right after birth for me. And $2,000 car. Whoever wrote this hasn't checked used car prices in America lately. And let's see the next comments. Does anyone else feel gaslit by this post? There's something missing here. And someone's response to that, it says, yes, we have a potential covert narcissist here. Edit. For me, it's OP's overuse of adjectives and adverbs, use of passive voice in addition of unnecessary details, and those moments where I just think, wait a minute, sec. OP, 2 + 2 does not equal 5. Why are you telling me it's 5? And I'm going to read like maybe 2 more comments. It says, get a lawyer, go back home. Oh, I guess this is OP responding. It says, how am I supposed to afford a lawyer? I can hardly manage all of my current expenses working overtime. So, let's see. This says, put your foot down. Don't let her walk all over you. She needs to step up and put the work in. There is a child involved now, and she's being unbelievably selfish. If she doesn't, you need to ask her to leave your home. You went above and beyond. Get a lawyer. I'll read these 2 more. It says, if she needs a space to tell her to go. What the F? You left your house. Get a lawyer and get as much custody of your son as possible. Kick the worthless old man out too. And this one, it says, you were kicked out of your own house and you just left. You need to find your balls ASAP, buddy. They are using you big time. If your partner isn't paying anything or signed any lease, call the police and tell them you have 2 people trespassing in your house. I'll read the last this last post, I feel like there's another side of the story or something is missing. I understand the hormonal changes, but I feel there is something you left out that anger her. Yeah, so that is the story. What do you guys think of this story? Do you think this is fake like a lot of people in the posts are saying? Do you think he should get a lawyer, or what steps you think he should take? So that's the story for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.